Welcome to Dockery's Dream Dolls. Um, my journey as I heal and deal. Um, Joining me today is my youngest, Riley. You want to say a little bit about yourself?
Well, I'm currently 15 as of now. Birthday May 4th. Single. Nothing out of the ordinary that I can state, other than the fact that I love my mom.
Aww.
But that's about it.
Do you mind if I ask you some questions?
I do not mind at all.
Where were you at when you heard the news?
I was actually in the pool room in the downstairs of our house. I was playing VR, and I actually heard it all happen, so I didn't really need to receive any of the news. So it was I was playing with a friend, and then I heard a bunch of commotion happening upstairs, and then I heard you groaning. So Harley came into the room, and he's like, "What's happening?" And I said, "Just stay here." So I let Dad deal with that. And then by the time you guys were out, Dad came downstairs and he let us know what was going on. He didn't tell us exactly what happened because he didn't know, but that's about it, location-wise, pool
room. What were you told?
I was told when you were at the hospital, or exactly when it happened.
What exactly when it happened, or whenever you were first told something?
Okay. When I was first told something, it was when Dad came downstairs. He came downstairs and he talked to Harley and I, and he was saying that something happened with Mom. She's not feeling well, so she's gonna take a trip to the hospital. She'll be okay. I don't remember much other than that, but for the next 2 hours, all I know is consoling Harley about the thing.
Aww. Was he sad?
Oh yeah, very, and he felt guilty as well.
Oh, why did he feel guilty?
He felt as though it was his fault because he didn't, because he knew you were taking a bunch of medications that maybe didn't really correlate with self because of the pain that you were feeling for when you had the stroke. So
he playing doctor?
Yeah, basically. So he felt as though because he didn't say anything about because he didn't say anything about anything you were taking because of all the pain you were feeling, that it was his fault for not speaking up.
I was taking medication from doctor.
Yeah, and it was with ibuprofen.
Not after I got the prescription, cause he told me to stop.
All right, fair. That I didn't know.
Yeah. How did you feel?
I don't think I had the proper mentality to gauge how I felt at the moment. I was super confused.
Yeah.
I had no idea what was happening because I wasn't there. I didn't know any of your symptoms or what was going to happen, so I was worried. But my primary function was doing the only thing that I could, which was making sure that everybody else was feeling okay and that they knew somewhat what was happening, and that specifically for Harley that it wasn't his fault. So I wasn't paying much attention to how I felt. But if I were to say anything, it was more of a constant adrenaline just to make sure that everyone, in that situation is sane, situated, and still functioning. Got to make sure Dad gets up.
When did your feelings hit you?
When did they hit me? I think it's when, every time I walked past your bedroom, and I didn't see you laying there, or I went to your little desk office station,
Yeah.
and I didn't get a good morning or couldn't say hello. that's like kind of when it happened. I'm like, the first thought that came to mind was, like, wow, this could be permanent. So
Oh.
so that's when it hit me, when I was like, this is bad.
What did you do next?
I guess that kind of goes to what I said earlier. What I was doing was, I was making sure everybody was okay. I already explained that. But other than that, I tried to stay away from the internet as much as possible.
Yeah. Dr. Gogol.
Well, not just that. I mean, like, internet friends and everything. Because I wanted to stay focused in the real world, so I exiled myself from any of my internet friends for that time being. And I wasn't playing games. I was staying productive. I was trying to keep my mind set on something, so I didn't really do much other than work and sleep every day, so that I figured if I slept more, you would come back sooner.
Aww.
Because the more you sleep, the more you forget the day ever happened. So.
Aw. Time flies when you're having fun.
That is correct.
What was it like not seeing me while I was in the hospital, not even being able to visit me?
It was melancholic, which is, I hope I pronounced that right. It's like feeling sad but nothing at the same time.
Yeah.
Kind of like anguish. It's like
Melancholy.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
melancholy. It at first it was just making sure things went smoothly. Then it was realization of how bad it is, and ADHD. What was the question again?
What was it like not seeing me even for a visit?
Oh yeah, that part, like the not being able to visit part.
Yeah.
I was confused, because more like on a perspective of why. I mean, I know why. It's because of the
COVID.
Because of COVID, and so I was thinking why, especially when it's such a severe thing. I mean, these visits, for all we know, because the doctor said that they were surprised to even see you alive. So at that point, there should be some kind of exception, because before you started doing physical therapy and speech therapy, for all they knew, you were never going to get out of the hospital, and you were maybe even just going to die within a week. So at that point, with that knowledge, why not let us visit?
Yeah. It just FYI, it sucked for me too.
Yeah.
Was sad until you go in parking lot.
I remember that.
Yeah. That was nice. It was so good seeing you, how much you grow, and just seeing you.
I know. Even from that vast of distance, it was still nice.
Yeah. It made it more real.
Yeah.
How did you feel about me cutting my hair?
Well, at first, when you shaved your head, I was like, no, her beautiful hair. But then, like, when you were like, okay, about to rock a short haircut.
You got my hair cut.
Yeah. It's like, and then you went with a short haircut like the one you had now, and I was like, yeah, because it looks so cool. Even without that long Rapunzel luscious hair, whatever terms you want to use. I think it looks really cool, short.
Thank you.
So I don't mind it at all. But what I do mind, Groot.
How did you feel about me coming home?
It was like it wasn't even happening. I was feeling
you not seeing me at all to me coming home.
I know, right? It was
you not even get to meet the new me.
I know. So it's like you coming home, like I couldn't be excited because I was so relieved to see you back here. It was like a moment of, it's like I just wanted to fly up into the sky, sleep on the clouds, have a nice sleep finally. You know, a genuine sleep that isn't caused by just wanting to progress and go through it a lot quicker. So like once you came home, I was happy, but I was so tired.
Yeah. Um, how did you first um, communicate, and what methods did you try communicating?
Well, verbally, in conversation, you know, the same way we are now. When you
It was hard at first because I didn't know many words.
True. So the method that I chose was I didn't quite know at first because I didn't know what
Yeah.
words I could use. I wouldn't use any words like melancholy vocabulary or any words that some
I
people.
understood words. I just couldn't say them.
I know, but I was being careful. I didn't want to use any prolonged words that are pronounced weirdly, and so I would listen. I would listen to what you were doing and what you were saying, how you were saying it, and I would try and keep it a little bit slow so that you both could keep up and you wouldn't feel pressured to come up with a response or would have trouble doing
Did Daddy explain to you my communication um um troubles?
Yes, but he did it in the like most short and briefest words possible. He said,
What did he say?
I don't remember exactly what he said, but it definitely wasn't a long conversation. It was something like, so she's gonna have some troubles talking. You're gonna have to take a little bit slow, listen to what she has to say, give her some time to speak.
Mhm.
End of conversation.
um How do you feel about my stroke now?
Do I feel?
That's valid.
I mean, I feel the same way as I did before without your stroke, but now it's like the stroke both benefited you just as much as it took some things away from you. Like physically, you're a lot healthier now, even if some parts don't work. And you know, you got over some of your addictions. You made some new friends. I think, right?
It's hard to make new friends during COVID.
True, but hey, you managed. And even if they're internet friends that
Yeah.
just follow your content. But how do I feel about it now? I mean, ever since the stroke, without you working constantly, which you would always be doing,
Yeah.
despite sometimes it being a bad idea, which is partially what caused the strokes. You've been overworking mom. I'm happy now to see that we're spending a lot more time together. Like we're even doing an interview now. Without the
Yeah.
stroke, this would have never happened. So suffice to say, I am definitely happy about the amount of time that we can spend together and how much more talking we're doing between each other.
Mhm. What do you think about me celebrating my 1 year stroke anniversary?
I say heck yeah to that. It's even though it is within the same month as my birthday, and my
After your birthday, at least we got that over with
Yeah.
before stroke.
True. So it's like all of a sudden my birthday also becomes celebratory for a stroke, which is in concept. If you just say to somebody straight, like eye to eye, just like, on May I celebrate my stroke. It's and stroke anniversary. It's without context sounds a little weird, but I definitely support it. You know, so both celebrating it. In less terms of what a celebration usually is it brings awareness to what a stroke is and how many people are affected by it, and having you as a part of that community, building more awareness for that. I'm definitely right behind you in that.
Yeah. You go, guy. What would you say to a friend or family member of a stroke survivor?
Third party wise, from people that have a family member that had a stroke or is having one, I would say that it's okay. They're still the same person. There's some people that from a stroke have memory complications, if not just full out amnesia. But you know, they're still the same person, even if their vocabulary and verbally they may not be the same as they were before, and some physical assets may change. They're still the same person as they were before. So treating them differently, like treating them like they're some child, depending on what stroke they have. Some strokes do make it a necessity to treat them as if though they are at least 50 years younger. But as of like my mom's stroke, she's still the same person. She has the same personality. She's more vibrant, and you know, I don't treat her any differently because she's still my mom. She's not just someone that had a stroke. She's my mother who's sitting next to me, who's talking to me, having fun.
Is there anything that you would like to add?
Anything I'd like to add? If this is all kind of going off of the last question, if you know somebody that had a stroke and you feel as though they're becoming more distant or they're upset with you, or if they hate you, it's not because they think any less of you. A stroke makes pretty much no matter what stroke somebody has, they're going to be a lot more emotionally stable. And from a psychological perspective, emotions deter opinions, both of people, but it's only when they're feeling those opinions. So when they're mad, they're going to have a more rough opinion of what's happening.
It's kind of like you gotta go through mourning the old you, 'cause the old you dies.
Yeah.
And the new year you is born, and it's ever changing.
Yeah, so take your time to get to know them again and know their boundaries, because what they were okay with before might change because they're going through such a rough change. So during a beginning of a stroke, be as kind as you can, set boundaries, be nice, definitely, and even if they say their judgment for a bad decision may be deterred. I'm not saying that yours is, but I'm just saying the deal was 1 mics a week. That's an inside joke for you.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And I'm not doing 1 max a week, so I gotta make up.
Yeah, you're not having one once a week, so you gotta stack up your tokens there.
You
Make sure that if you liked our video to hit that like button, maybe subscribe if you want to, but I'm not saying that you have to. Make sure to hit that bell notification if you enjoy our content and you want to be notified. Hopefully YouTube doesn't break and, do that thing again. Make sure to leave a comment, tell you what you think, send us some love, and that's about it. We'll see you next time.
That girl was great.
Thank you.
Thank you for doing that.
No problem.